We are here right in the belly of the beast at the Chronicle, San Francisco Chronicle today, and we are very pleased to have with us Bridget Melson, who's the founder and president of the Pleasanton Tea Party, and Sally Zelikovsky, who's the organizer of the Bay Area Patriots. Two Tea Party members, I think it's fair to say, who've braved the bridge to come into San Francisco, which can be considered hostile territory, I'm sure, to talk to us, and we really appreciate that. Tea Party meet Tea Party.
Hey.
I mean, it just seems odd in a way, particularly in the Bay Area, where you might, maybe in the minority, that the two of you haven't met. And does that reflect some fault line in the Tea Party, or lack of organization, or what does it reflect?
No,
not at all.
It reflects on just the, you're focused on Pleasanton, and I'm focused on sort of, the Bay Area at large, and she's got kids, I've got kids.
We know each other through emails. And
right. So you're sitting here in the Chronicle, and do you feel like you're in the belly of the beast here?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can feel all the juices turning.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I took my Pleasanton Tea Party signs off my car because it's very different, the looks and the gestures I get in this area versus Pleasanton. So just for safety's sake.
But you feel at home, and Pleasanton feels okay for you?
Feels okay. Yeah, yeah.
What I was trying to say is I think that there are some folks in the press, and a lot of folks in the press, who have a story that they want to tell, or an image that they want to portray of this movement and the people involved in it, and they will do almost anything they can to squeeze it into it, and including sometimes losing their sense of perspective and their sense of humor.
So who would you target here in the Bay Area? Who would be your first pick or second pick? How would you prioritize?
You mean to oust, to reset the Congress in 2010?
Yes.
Who would we like to reset?
As you said, reset the Congress in 2010.
Let's see. Boy, that's just such a cornucopia of choices.
I know. Where do you start?
Where to start? I think it depends on who you're talking to.
Well,
I know.
Talking to you.
Yeah. So I would love to see Lynn Woolsey gone. I would love to see Nancy Pelosi gone. I'm not sure how much reality that is, but we've got some good candidates who are willing to take her on here in San Francisco.
In what way has your life changed for the worse because of the current administration's policies, and what policies in particular have caused this negative change?
In what way? That's a good. Give me a moment to think.
Yeah,
about
sure.
That. Well, for one, my children are my everything, and to get back to the schools, but to also address that question, what I'm seeing is quite an indoctrination within the public school system for my children.
In what way?
Well, for instance, when they watched the Obama speech, I took them out. I chose to take them out just because I do have respect for the office of the presidency, but the man I don't trust, so I didn't have any idea what was going to be said, what was going on. So to me, that has changed.
When you look at Sarah Palin, you listen to her, you presumably know pretty much what she stands for. Is that someone who you feel represents your perspective as a member, as a Tea Party person?
I think aspects of her do. I think a lot of Tea Party people relate to Sarah Palin. I think that's a better way to put it. I'm not sure that she represents anybody, but I think a lot of Tea Party people relate to her.
You have a therapy practice. So if a gay couple that had been legally married in Vermont or some other state where it's legal came to you seeking therapy, would you turn them down?
I would just refer them because I think it would be unfair with such a bias, and I'm about being fair. That's what I do.
Would you refer an evolutionist, or how would that work?
Well, if the evolutionist wanted to talk evolution.
If you had Nancy Pelosi standing here, and you could say one thing to her, what would it be?
I would ask her if I could do a therapy session with her. Just, good 50 minutes would be great.
You think she would get something out of it, or you would get something?
I think I would. I think it'd be more therapy for me.
I would like Nancy Pelosi to call me a Nazi to my face.
I'd like to thank you, Bridget and Sally, for coming in today. Again, it's not necessarily, you don't know what to expect with the media these days. I know you have a view that the media isn't always entirely fair, so I appreciate the time you took. It was a fascinating conversation, and I think it always pays to talk to people.
Thank you. We agree.
That's what we're doing.